everybody, Heather from the team. So on this live stream, it's always a Q&A for you guys. So I want you to pepper me with questions. Give me your shout outs. Paul is here. He's going to start reading some of the comments and things like that. If you ever can't find the live stream on Thursdays and Fridays, go ahead and check my Hooked on Pickin Facebook page, or if you're a patron, I usually always link it there. And so check it out there. You'll be able to see if it is there. But today we're going to talk about some of the supplies that I usually use for my reselling business to just make life a little bit more efficient. I would recommend not buying in huge quantities in bulk when you're first getting started. You don't need massive amounts of things. But if you start shipping 20 or 30 items a day like us, you probably want to have massive quantities of things. I'll let Paul get his microphone on here. All right, so go ahead and give us a shout out if you are already online, but we're going to talk about some of the supplies that I use, just so that you can be aware. Is that a good Coke Zero?
Yes, it is.
They need to start sponsoring our videos.
That's right.
Since we promote Coke Zero all the
That's
time. Alrighty. So anyway, so today we're going to talk about some of the supplies that I use for online reselling. Just a reminder, thank you to all my patrons that always support me regularly every month. I have a new patron that you'll see on the Name and Lights scrolling videos. That should be coming out. You'll see your name tomorrow, I think, or the next day.
Good.
Saturday. If you're wondering, this pallet behind us, we actually did already unbox. You're going to see that Saturday or Sunday. One of those 2 days that will be out. And so I know we haven't done a pallet in a really long time, but we've even ordered a couple more pallets and some more cases. And so you'll be seeing those upcoming in the future. So we're really, really excited about that.
Right. The pallets that I ordered are under the new Bulq shipping program. To our address, this is from the Hebron, Kentucky warehouse. They had 3 that I saw listed. And the Hebron, Kentucky, for one pallet was only $132 for us, which was awesome.
Yep.
I bought 2, and they discounted the shipping down to $66 a pallet.
Oh my goodness.
Which is amazing, because I would have spent $200 a piece on that. So this is working out pretty good. For our address, it's working out great.
Well, we live in the Midwest, and a lot of their warehouses are in the Midwest.
Okay, we got people on.
Awesome.
It says, Mother of One says, good morning, everyone, from Vancouver, Canada.
Hello.
Margaret Hall says, hey, guys.
Hey, Margaret, we are praying for your daughter. How is she doing?
Yep.
She was in the hospital.
D. Keone or Deborah says, hi to my favorite YouTube resellers.
Hi, Deborah.
Whitley Ware says, good morning, everyone. Fat Elvis Good says, boom. Heather L. says, hello, everyone. David Falk says, good morning, everyone. Word Vendor 1 says, good morning from mid-Missouri. We're pretty close. Hey, are you going to the
flea market?
Big flea market at Six Flags? Because you're probably closer to it than we are.
Next weekend.
Let's see. Melissa Shelton says, hello, Heather and Paul. Rick Abson says, hello, everyone. Craig Wolf says, hi, guys. I just love watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Deborah says, would you rather me do Patreon or donate here all the time? Which is better for you, Heather?
Whatever you choose.
Good answer. Brittany says, good morning. Thanks for all the great info. It's helping me a lot. Kathy says, hello, all. Anita Townsend says, good afternoon, Heather and Paul. You're a godsend. Is that Angel? I think it is. Angel says, hi, Heather and Paul. Never had an angel said hi to me before. Whitley Ware.
By angels.
Oh, awesome. Whitley Ware says, hit that thumbs up. Yes, please do. Melissa Thompson says, oops, there we go. Let's see, Melissa Thompson says, hey from, man, I do not know how to pronounce that. Is it Daltonga? I'm butchering it. Someplace in Georgia. Thank you for being here. Bella May says, hello, Heather and Paul. Fat Elvis Good says, when shipping shoes, do you poly bag the item first?
Well, if they don't have a box, absolutely. Always put it in a poly bag. Make sure it's not going to get all scuffed up inside the box. And then, padding inside the box so it doesn't bang around and stuff.
We didn't grab the brown paper. We use a lot of brown paper.
Yeah.
It's relatively cheap.
There's
some
kind
of pad shoes, too.
Yeah. We just buy a big roll.
That's right. Harvesting by Hand donated $4.99.
Awesome. Thanks, Harvesting by Hand.
Let's see. Hello. I miss you guys. Felt forever that you haven't uploaded. We've uploaded every day. Every day we upload.
Every day at noon, Central Standard Time.
Thank you for the donation.
Yes,
Kathy
thank you.
says, I'm in mid-Missouri, didn't know about the show at Six Flags. Yes, it's like
a giant flea market in the parking lot of Six Flags of Eureka, Missouri. So
Yes.
it's going to be on the 28th. Facebook.
It had a Facebook group. That's where we found it. So we plan on trying to get out there.
I think somebody shared it to me.
That might have been it too.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty neat. You know, I mean, you know how big the Six Flags parking lot is. It's a pretty massive parking lot.
Yeah.
And it looked like over half of that is full.
It's the world's largest flea market or something.
Yeah,
like
that's how they're billing it. But looked pretty neat. You know, there's a lot of used stuff, but there might be some new things too. But it'd just be neat to go and see what they have.
Yeah.
Let's see. Margaret Hull says her daughter's feeling a lot better than yesterday. Thank God it's not the flu. It was just a tummy bug. Thank you guys so much for the prayers. Yeah, we.
Hey guys, sorry, I scare you with my big old face. All right, there we go.
Boom. There you are.
Yeah. Alrighty. I don't know why it does that.
Okay, let's see. Alexis Hill says, love your work. Y'all are such an inspiration. Dana says, good afternoon, Heather and Paul. Cheryl Lee says, hello from Kamloops, BB in Canada. Enjoy watching you. Liddy says, hello, happy to catch you live. Fat Elvis Good says, thanks. D. Keone, Deborah donated $10 or $9.99.
I love your little emoji. It's like a dancing little happy emoji.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Deborah.
It's bowing, I think. It's doing a...
Bowing?
Yoga bow or something. That's athletic pair. Something, I don't know.
An athletic pair.
Word Vendor 1 says, ooh, I'll probably be going to the flea market now. Yes, sounds good. Dana Designs donated $4
nice,
and
thanks,
for a cup
Dana.
of coffee. Thank you very much.
Got my coffee cup here. This one I actually got on Teespring.
That's right. Look at that. Her own logo, folks.
In the end, Jesus wins.
I thought that was clever.
I like this one.
I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. Fat Elvis Good says, how often do you share your items on Posh?
About 3 to 4 times a day. And whenever we're just sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah, that's when I do it. So I actually, this last week has been fairly slow. We had a real good Saturday. But we always have a good Saturday because we do it like a blowout sale, discount sale. But it was a little slow, and this week it's not been like super great. Sunday was good. Sunday was over $100.
Well, our sales just across the board for the month of February are down. And so if you guys are feeling discouraged like you were killing it the last few months and then all of a sudden February bottoms out, when I go back and look at my financials, that's generally the trend.
That's a historical pattern. I
think it's everybody's credit card bills are due after Christmas. And
I think so.
Now in February they have no money. And so if your sales are down, do not be discouraged. You just got to learn to hustle more and take that little bit of extra time that you have now that you're not packaging 100 things each day to be a little creative in where you're going to source some new things.
That's right. Kathy says, sounds like fun. I'm 2 hours away. Deborah says, just love you both. Such inspiration. Bella May says, what's the most expensive item that you've sold?
Was it the time clock that we sold for $800?
That might be. We have not really sold like thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
We've had lots of reoccurring sales of the same item.
The gas mask.
Well, that was still $300. We sold
right, but we had like a ton of them.
We did have a ton of them. We actually just sold one the other day.
Yeah.
For like $300. We bought them for $10. $300 is what we made on them.
Right.
And then we had this like vintage old time clock that we got from Cars Recycling, our buddy near us, that was new old stock. It was a brand new time clock, but it was an old style. And so we ended up selling it for...
I think that came from Scott Air Force Base too.
Yeah, I think it came from Scott Air Force Base.
It's we're close to a military base, an Air Force base, so they have to spend their budget, they lose it. So sometimes they don't even unbox certain items that they buy. So our taxpayers... money at work apparently, but hey, it's worked out for us.
It's earning up.
Let's see. Rick says, "Looked like you were photobombing the screen." Laugh out loud. Yeah,
I was.
Yep. Let's see. DeLong says, "Back from Battle Creek, Michigan. Glad I was able to catch another stream."
Awesome.
Mother of One says, "Sorry, Heather and Paul, you are fuzzy." Hey. Deborah says, not fuzzy for me. And Cole says, hi from Apple Valley, California. Thanks for all your helpful videos. Do you think items sell better with free shipping?
Yes. They always sell better with free shipping. Amazon has spoiled people buying online. And so if you don't have free shipping, a lot of people think twice about that. And so my rule of thumb on any of my platforms is to offer free shipping, if at all possible, if it weighs less than a pound. Then after that, I do calculated shipping, because on eBay especially, you can totally lose your shirt on shipping, and there goes all your profits. So if it's less than a pound, just recognize you're going to pay $3.50, $4. To probably ship it first class somewhere, but it can ship first class if it's 16 ounces or less.
On our own website, Hooked on Pickin, we offer free shipping. You spend over $100 or more. And we've noticed that a lot of businesses do that, and I think we figured out why. You know, they just don't want to lose their shirt in shipping.
Right.
Let's see. Lisa says, hello from Oregon. Angel says, is there a reason you don't sell on Mercari?
Just, we already sell on a lot of platforms, and so it's just one we just haven't jumped into yet. We have really, really good sales on Amazon, on eBay, on Hooked on Pickin, and on Poshmark. And so we just don't want to add one more thing to our plate. We may get into Mercari if we decide to, but now we're good.
set up an account on Mercari, and we've bought an item or two off Mercari.
Like tomorrow's unboxing at noon Central Standard Time is a reseller box we bought off Mercari, and so we're going to kind of unbox that live for you guys. So I have no idea what's even in it. All it was labeled was a reseller box, and I know how much I paid for it.
It's got on it, do not lay flat, please. Do not lay flat.
And when we got it, it was laying flat.
Yeah, do not lay flat. It cannot stack. So
yeah, who knows
all
what's
right,
in
so
there.
it could be all broken. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
All right, so do you have a minute for me to kind of talk about some of the supplies?
Let me catch up here, and then we'll hop in there. Qbase1116 says, what's Chastity Richardson. It's a Richardson.
It is a Richardson.
Says, hello, I'm new. Does Amazon allow anyone to sign up and start selling?
Yes. You have to apply, though, and get approval. It usually takes sometimes even up to a week. And you need specific requirements. I think it can
be automatic though.
We commented about Richardson because that was my maiden name.
That's right.
Yep.
Pam Pilgrim says your Hooked on Pickin store is looking great.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been putting a lot more on there, and I've got some more things from this palette to put on there.
Yeah. It's the best profit margins that we get.
Yep.
So we pay like 2% fees.
So I discount
30
stuff
on Amazon.
I discount stuff really major on that.
Let's see. Mother of One says, ooh, reload the page. No longer fuzzy. Great. The Wells Mama says, advice on when it's financially smart to open an eBay store. I've been using my free listing with my personal account.
eBay store. Oh, like to pay the subscription for an eBay store anytime you're doing more than 40 items. Because I'm trying to remember. I think it's $30 or $40 to actually get an eBay store. So anytime that you're listing more than that number of items, I would recommend an eBay store because you get a bunch of free listings. And the free listings, it's not how many items you have on there, it's how many times you relist it. And so if you're listing stuff every 30 days, well, it's only going to relist once. And so that's considered one listing. But if you're doing the auction style, it's going to relist every 7 days. And so if you relist 4 times in that month, that's considered 4 listings. And so I would say if you do a lot of auction style and you're finding that you're listing more than 40 items a month.
The Wells Mama, it's been a while since I looked at this, but it used to be around when you get on eBay and try to figure out the stores, there's an eBay calculator, and that'll tell you which even store would be the best for you. So it's a really nice tool that you can go, well, no, I'm not selling that much, or I'm not spending that much, so.
Because they have like a basic store, and then they have like a pro seller store. And
I would check that out.
Yep.
I would check that out. Let's see here. Naomi says, hey guys from Chile, Maine. DeLorean Fan 81 says, was watching some old videos. Did you ever sell all those Kansas blankets? No. We have 50 left. Please buy them.
On hookedonpickin.com.
Harvesting by Hand says, what camera do you use to record and app to edit? Been thinking of starting my own YouTube channel.
We use my Samsung Galaxy 8 phone, which is currently what we're using right now. And then the app that I use to edit is Power Director. You can get it free on Android phones, or you can get a paid subscription desktop version.
Yep. D. Brown says, how much does the label printer?
Oh, so this label printer, I think I paid $100 for it. This is actually an extra one I have.
Yep.
So it's actually in there.
That one's ready if the next one dies.
Yes, so I'm just going to keep it because I don't want it to die, because this week, my barcode scanner died. So you'll see the listing video where we had to pretty much say all the numbers and type them in ourselves. So some of the supplies that I use are the barcode scanner, definitely United States Postal Service priority mailing boxes. You can do flat rate. You can do regular mailing boxes. They'll say mailing boxes all. These ones are actually flat rate ones, but I do know on Poshmark you can use either. A lot of people ask, where do I get my poly bags? I do have a supplier listed in every description of my videos, of all my recent videos. So check all the way down to the bottom. It's St. Louis Paper Company. His name is Matt. Ooh, I'm really bad about remembering names. And so you can check with him about ordering your poly bags. Of course, you definitely want to have bubble wrap. We talked a little bit about the brown paper, and then really, really good tape. I used to buy tape offline. Yeah. Then I got this from my St. Louis Paper Company supplier.
It's fantastic.
It's awesome. It's like the stickiest tape ever because my tape was coming off in cold weather, hot weather, stuff like that. I had boxes break open en route to the Amazon warehouse. It was awful. So this stuff is amazing. So those are a few things. Scale. You always want to have a scale. You can start small. They make little mailing scales that will go up to 20 pounds if you're doing just little stuff. If you're going higher than that, you can get ones that are around the $60, $70 mark that will go all the way from 0 to 100 pounds. And so that's one I have over on my desk that I weigh. This is my large one for all my Amazon shipments. But having a scale, I used to, for years, use my bathroom scale.
Yeah.
So for my really, really heavy boxes.
It's not nearly as accurate, though.
It's not.
Some scales.
It's not. So, but those are some things that I like to use. Plain brown boxes. I get a lot of my plain brown boxes from my supplier as well. So you can look him up, give him a call, tell him you heard about him from Hooked on Pickin or Heather Hooks.
And do you have any question on supplies, where to find it, whatnot? Now's the time to ask.
Yep.
So we're trying to help you out as much as we can on that. Sure. Heather's really good at this stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Starshine6769 says, do you guys ever buy a pallet or case base something you need? Like if you need a new coffee maker, would you buy a pallet that you know has a coffee maker you want in it?
When I'm purchasing, and usually Paul does a lot of the purchasing too, we look for what can we resell.
Right.
We occasionally find items we like in the pallets, but we always usually go into purchases with what can we resell. We generally don't buy things for our own personal needs, although I would say 25% of the items we have in our house, or maybe not that high, maybe 10% of the items we have in our house are, ooh, I like that. I think I need that. Okay, I'm going to keep it. A lot of my clothes.
Like the shirt she's wearing now.
Came out of liquidation boxes. So, and replacement things like that it's convenient when you find it and didn't expect to find it, or something just broke, things like that. Yeah.
I traditionally do the buying, and not that Heather doesn't do the buying. She does buying
I would shop while I was buying.
Yeah.
And so generally he does the buying because I'm really bad about just spending
I'm more hunter-gatherer. Go out, spirit, bring it home, and I'm thinking about reselling it. So.
Right.
Let's see here. Mr. Pong says, good afternoon from Amelia Island, Florida.
Oh,
but it's gorgeous there. And Cole says, I'm selling my via trading Target boxes on Mercari.
Oh,
hey,
great.
There we go. The Will's mama says, a calculator would be awesome. I'll look, thanks. Yeah, it should be there. Somewhere it's there. Or you could Google eBay calculator.
Yep.
Angel says, how to use the barcode scanner. Do you have a program to bring the item up and price?
Okay, so the barcode scanner is just a plug and play. So it comes with a wireless USB dongle that you just put into the USB, and it basically plugs in just like a wireless mouse. And then all you have to do is put your cursor on the screen in the blank space where you would normally type something. So I always go to add a product on my Amazon page or on eBay when you're searching, and you just simply scan it, and it basically types in all the numbers for you is all it does. Usually types in all the numbers and then presses enter. Sometimes it doesn't do enter, so you have to hit enter, but that's all it does is it types in the numbers for you in any blank space.
Incredibly helpful.
It's super fast. You'll notice the difference when we do the listing video for this palette, because we had to actually manually type in a lot of those, and so you'll notice how much slower it was.
Yeah.
Now he used his phone to kind of sift through
weed out
some
a few things.
because this one died and we have a new one en route. And I'm actually going to be at the ASD Market Week, be looking for discounted barcode scanners and a lot of reseller things like maybe a thermal label writer, maybe not Dymo brand, but a thermal label writer, some good tape dispensers, poly bags and stuff like that, because I'd really like to put together kind of a reseller starter kit.
Yeah.
But to be able to sell it a
cool.
lot cheaper, because Dymo label writers are around 100,
They can be
150.
expensive.
These sometimes run around 100, anywhere from $60 to $100. And, you know, box cutters, stuff like that. I'd like to just put like a starter kit together at super discounted prices, because usually if I buy direct from wholesaler, I can get a lot cheaper.
Yes, yes. Let's see. Jesus Christ is Lord. I like that name. It says, what website do you go to buy Amazon returns?
We have bought Amazon returns off via trading.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
direct liquidation? So just about every wholesaler can get a hold of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we have with Bulq. I don't think Bulq. I'm trying to remember.
I don't think Bulq does Amazon returns.
I don't think so, but quite a few
Correct
other
us if we're wrong.
wholesalers do. Let's see here. DeLong says, I have some things on my Poshmark, but haven't sold anything yet. How do I go about getting the boxes to ship when I do? I hear they're free.
Oh, go to USPS.com and just order the boxes. Like this little one right here is 1096L, so it's a 1096 and it looks like this. I've folded a few of these boxes in my life.
Yes, you have.
I'm pretty good at it. So that's that one. And then I use the 1097, the 1092. Those are long rectangular ones. And then there's one called a shoebox. And then there's another one called Box 7, which you see me use. A lot of my mystery boxes go in those kind of ones. Also, and then of course you can get any of the flat rate ones as well.
Very good.
So just go to USPS.com, put in your info. It should be $0 as long as you choose the free boxes. So if you see a dollar amount in your cart, it's because you've chosen one that's already got prepaid postage.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're careful with that.
Eva says, hi from Missouri. I just got the notice you are on, and you already had 69 comments. Very strange. Yes, occasionally it doesn't alert you till about 10 minutes into the video.
Yeah, and you can always check my Hooked on Pickin Facebook page or my Patreon page, and usually I link the video there, but usually within 5 to 10 minutes before we actually go live, so you can find it easier.
Lost Treasure 73 says, here's a tip if you want a Dymo. Get some LaRue going out of business groups on Facebook and ask if anyone has one for sale. I got my spare one for $50.
Nice.
That way
That's a
for
good price for
4XL.
Dymos.
Yes, that would be good.
So this one is the Dymo label rated $450. This is the one I use for Amazon labels, but then the 4XL I use for the large shipping labels, and you can get a combo one as well.
Yep. Corrado says, hello. Sarah Pearson says, Paul, how do you decide on what pallet or case to buy? Heather will probably write an ebook on this at some point, but I like to look at the MSRP, and I can't. What does it stand for?
Manufacturer's suggested retail price.
There you go. Isn't she wonderful? I look at the MSRP, and so let's say the MSRP is $1,000, and they want $400 for the case. I don't even look at what's in the case. It's not enough profit margin because I know that as a reseller, I'm going to probably make 30 to 40% of what that MSRP is.
So that'd be almost break even or less.
Yeah. So out of that $1,000, I'm probably going to make $300 to $400. And I can go a little bit less, and I can go a little bit more, but traditionally I'm around the 30 to 40%. So that's kind of my rule of thumb there. So if I see that its MSRP is $7,000 and they want $400 for it, now I'm interested. But even then, I will still go
through the manifest.
Through the manifest if they have one. And I have bought them without manifest, but it's really scary. It's a roll of the dice. I look at the manifest. A lot of the companies do have good manifests, and you can systematically go, okay, what do they say? And occasionally they'll make a mistake. Like sometimes they'll have paper towels and they'll say they're worth $80 a roll. Well, you know that's not right. Somebody made a mistake there. And you're like, well, nope, and that will inflate that MSRP. So that's, if you will, systematically how I go through it. I try hard to look at it that way. Let's see. Lost Treasure 73 donated $15.
Awesome. Thanks, Lost Treasure 73.
Said coffee and Coke Zero and maybe a treat.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. So I don't see the thumbs up here, guys, because I'm not looking at the other screen. So if you'd like to hit that thumbs up button, please do. And if you'd like to donate, like so many people have, feel free to hit that donate button.
Thank you so much for the donations. It really is encouraging.
Jesus Christ is Lord says, what are the websites where you buy the auctions? And again, I love your name.
Okay, so the websites, we don't usually buy auction. We usually buy it now, but we have done auction before.
Direct liquidation would be an auction style.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, Jinx, you owe me a Coke, but you're already drinking the Coke.
That's true.
But anyway, we buy from Bulq.com via trading, direct liquidation. We bought from Smart Lots. We bought from 888 Lots. I think we've done one from 888 Lots. Honcho Wholesale.
Ninja Wholesale.
Ninja.
I can't remember.
I want to say Ninja Warrior, but that's a TV show.
No.
Ninja Wholesale.
Ninja Wholesale, I think so. We have bought from several, but our standard ones that we keep going back to.
Bulq and via trading.
Via trading. Direct liquidation, I like.
That's the candy pallets.
I like, but they haven't had a candy pallet in a while. I keep checking. Let's see. Michelle says, hey, in a wave. Melissa says, wow, I caught a live show. Thank you so much for all you do for us. You have me the courage to start. Oh, you gave me the courage to start my own Amazon business as well as helping my existing eBay store. Great.
Nice.
Great,
Good.
great, great.
Good.
Sarah says, when I scan something into my Amazon seller on my computer, it doesn't show me my profit after fees. Is there something I'm missing?
When you do it on the desktop, it doesn't, unless you're using a listing program like Inventory Lab. That's why I usually can do after fees, because I use Inventory Lab. If you want to know what it is after fees, you can always use the Amazon Seller app.
Right on your phone.
Right on your phone. And so you can scan the barcode with your smartphone with that Amazon Seller app. It is a black icon, and it's called Amazon Seller Central, not Amazon.com. And so if you use that, it'll show you all your fees.
Yes. There is it. Yes. Eric Garden says, so lovely with your hair down. I like your hair down. She's a gorgeous woman, everybody.
Well, I usually wear a headband.
Jesus Christ as Lord says, thank you.
And a lot of time I wear a headband because my hair gets on the microphone.
Yes.
So it kind of keeps it away from the microphone.
Jesus Christ as Lord says, U-Haul sells boxes.
Yes.
Yes, they do, but if you can keep from buying the boxes, it's the best.
Yes. We reuse a lot of Amazon boxes because I'm forever buying things on Amazon and spending all of our money.
Yes. KOH Merchandise says, for inventory, you can make bags with labels when item sells. Mm-hmm. Take it out of the bag and put a cheaper poly bag and extra step, but saves on having to make new labels.
True. But we don't buy ink. The reason why I use a label writer is no ink necessary. It's a thermal. It's a thermal one.
DeLong says, thank you so much. The Wells Mama says, I have a Zebra thermal printer for printing shipping labels. Is there a hack to use it to print the small Amazon labels for FBA?
So I print the small Amazon labels through FBA with my Inventory Lab listing system. You're going to have to probably Google or YouTube video that specific type of thermal label writer and see if it doesn't connect to Amazon Seller Central. You can also email Amazon Seller Central and tell them what kind of label writer you have, and they may have a way to set it up for you. I've actually had Amazon people like take control of my computer screen and set things up for me the way I want it if I can't quite figure it out. And so they can remote access like that kind of a tech support kind of thing too. I know not all thermal label writers are compatible. But I think they're almost all of them. They're getting to the point where almost all of them are.
Very good. Eric Garden says, Bulq makes a lot of quote-unquote mistakes in the manifest original price. Yes, I think almost every wholesale liquidation place does. And here's the reason why. We've got a chance to tour Bulq and via trading.
Yep.
And fascinating. You ever get a chance to do that, do it. Mm-hmm. If they let you in, go check it out because you just learn so much more.
Yeah, I have videos that give you glimpses. I mean, there's no way I could have videoed everything, but it gave you glimpses. And I know Bulq does a lot of filming. If you follow their Facebook page,
yeah, they're trying to do more.
They do a lot of filming in the warehouse and things like that. And so check out their actual YouTube channel.
Right. There's a few others I know that have. But it is fascinating. You go there and you start to quickly find out that they're moving so much stuff through their warehouses that missing one item or even two items in a pallet to them is almost nothing. Now, it might be a big deal for you and I, but half the time they don't even know a mistake's been made until you call them and say, hey, you know, this says it was going to be worth $5,000 and it's worth $2,000. You know, I mean, with Bulq, it's all computerized, so there's not necessarily eyes on the number. They're doing good to package it. People are packaging the stuff in the pallet in the case, but a computer program is building the manifest. And via
those LP tags, if you watch, we actually met the lady who scans the LP tag, and then it pretty much just pops up on her little thing what box to put it in.
She was a great lady, and it's not her fault if anything, you know, gets
She's just doing what the little computer's
She's doing
telling
exactly what, you know, her job is designed for. And via trading, there's more people eyes on to a certain degree, because we were there and was it Mike, our sales rep? He sold an entire truck of Target goods, I think it was. But he didn't even, the truck didn't even get to their warehouse yet.
Well, it was backed up to the dock. And then he like spider monkeyed in there, looked at a few tops of the thing, and then he was like, well, that was a different one. But sorry, I jumped stories. But he spider monkeyed in there and he's like, oh, I think so and so will like this. He literally sent a text while we were standing there going, hey, I think I have a truck you want. And then boom, sold it. Like he texted back, he's like, I'll take it. And that never even got it unloaded into the Via Trading warehouse. It basically went straight from that trailer back on out to the buyer.
Right. So, you know, there's all kinds of abilities for things to go awry because of that, but they're moving so much so quickly, and that's the name of their game. You know, they want to get it in and out as quickly as they can.
Now, when I buy, being a smaller buyer that only buys 1 or 2 pallets and sometimes cases from him, a lot of times I will say, hey, what do you have new in the warehouse? Or he'll suggest some things because he kind of knows what style of things that I like. And then he'll take pictures of it for me, show me some barcodes. Like I'll ask him, hey, can you shoot me some pictures? And I'll look up those barcode numbers. And so you can get as much or as little information as you want. Just recognize it takes a little while to get the info out because he's got to walk out of the floor, take the pictures, and send it to you. But there have been times where I have asked too much information, and that pallet got sold by another salesperson to someone else. And so I have lost pallets and cases that way.
If you're not in the local area of
Via Trading,
Via Trading is LA. LA, California, I would work with a sales rep.
Yes.
There are things that they don't even put on their website yet. That are good deals, and we'll get a phone call saying, hey, what do you guys think about this?
That's how we got the hats.
Yeah.
He was just like, what do you think about these hats?
Hats are going to be great. We just sold our first one.
Because it finally went live on Amazon.
They're just now starting to get to Amazon. It's taken a bit, but
$13 a profit, which we wouldn't have been able to probably get on Poshmark.
Okay, let's keep going here. Eric Garden says, Bulq will title a whole box of baby shoes as women's, at least they used to. She says she doesn't go there anymore. That's rare, I think. I haven't really noticed that.
Well, it might say women's shoes because it has 1 pair of women's shoes, and then the rest will be Cat and Jack, and that's just learning the system. Like if you see Cat and Jack shoes, they're all kid shoes. They're Target brand kid shoes, and that's just learning the brands. So if you don't know a specific brand that's listed on the manifest, look it up on Google. A lot of times you'll find the original store it came from, and you'll kind of learn from that.
Angel says, thank you. Now my barcode reader is working and makes sense now.
Okay, awesome.
Scott says, what is your average shipping cost of a pallet from California? Okay, we have gotten really good deals. Usually it's under $200, but because we're buying multiple pallets. And we work with Via Trading, and they've got it's over 12 different trucking companies, I think, and they kind of bid out, but
we buy the cheapest one, the cheapest rate, because we don't care how fast or slow we get it. If you want it faster, you can get it faster.
Our sales rep really helps us with that. So again, I would check with a sales rep there if you're struggling with the shipping cost. Julia Miller says, hello, Hooked on Picking Lovers show.
Awesome.
Mother of One says, gotta go. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Sandra C says, has Amazon clothing cases become oversaturated on Amazon? I've been having slow sales on Amazon recently. Thank you.
Clothing on Amazon always sells slow. Just be aware
It depends.
of that. And you really have to watch when it finally hits live in the Amazon.com platform. You're probably going to have to price adjust because somebody has sent one of those articles of clothing in probably since you shipped it. And so like with the hats, they arrived, we had to price adjust almost every single one because somebody undercut them by 2 or 3 cents or $2 or $3 or whatever, and so we had to make those adjustments almost immediately when they hit the warehouse.
Let's see. Sarah says, where do you find the description for your Poshmark listings? Also, if you find a stock photo, do you also add your own photos?
Yes, for both. And where do we find the description? A lot of times if we can find the original listing, we pull the description from there, as well as if it has a measurement chart, we take a lot of our measurements right off the measurement chart, rather than having to measure each and every one. Someone actually asked that question on one of my YouTube comments, so I thought I'd just address it here.
Sure. Deborah says, I found a YouTube reseller called Empty Hanger. She does an amazing inventory system video. I highly recommend for all. Okay. Yeah, we showed you what we do for Poshmark. Was it yesterday? Our inventory system?
Yeah, I think so. Or the day before. It's been this week.
But find a system that works for you, and there are some great resources out there on YouTube to be able to help with that.
I know. We used to actually do every drawer by color, and it got to be a little maddening because you're looking through 30 different red tops trying to find the one that works for you. The system we have now is amazing. And a lot of you have commented that the Poshmark added a SKU system, and they did add a SKU system. And so I wanted to clarify that. When I originally made the video, the SKU system was not actually functioning. I think that's a new addition in the last month or so. And so they do have a SKU system where you can actually add the SKU and the cost to purchase price and all that stuff, so you can track all of that on Poshmark now.
D. Brown says, asking you to include my sister Debbie in your prayers. She's battling cancer and broke her leg. She's in rehabilitation center.
Wow, that's a double whammy there.
Yes, absolutely. So we've got so many people in our church that have gone through cancer and
come out the other side.
Yeah, came out the other side. Praise God for that. So Chris says, hello, Heather and Paul. Just want to say hi and to say you guys are always doing a great job. May God bless you always. Christine from El Paso, Texas.
Awesome.
Erica says, yay, I found via trading to be buying pleasant experience as well, more reasonable prices. I have felt that too.
Yeah.
Chris says, so sorry, D. Brown. I'll pray for her. Very good. Charles Bennett says, good afternoon, Paul and Heather. You guys are great.
All right, so for some of you who didn't see what I was talking about earlier about the supplies, I was talking about the actual supplies. You must have coffee. Unless you're not a coffee drinker, then drink some soda. I feel like that's a necessity in my business, is to have the coffee. Box cutter is a must to have 1 or 2 because I notoriously set it down and don't know where I put it. So having multiple box cutters is good. For the longest time, I used a carpet cutter. I didn't realize that's what it was. But
it cuts stuff.
It cuts stuff. And then ordering free United States Postal Service boxes is really convenient. And so this is just a typical mailing box. This is the 1096 long one. And then you can get the flat rate ones as well. Good tape makes a difference. Buying the cheap tape from Walmart is not worth it because I have had tape come off. I have had tape boxes bust open en route to the Amazon warehouse.
That we have.
And so I get this tape by the case from my supplier. And his link is in the description below. He works for the St. Louis Paper Company, and so that's also where I get my giant rolls of bubble wrap, which is super convenient. We also get, I think I can reach the brown paper.
Okay.
Hold on.
I think you're tethered.
We also get this from him.
I love this stuff.
We use this because it does not add extra weight to your boxes. And so that's one. Getting a good scale. So this is one that goes from 0 to like 300 pounds. You don't really need that. But you can also get smaller ones that go from like 0 to 100 pounds. You can get really cheap. I'm rolling over my cord here. You can get really cheap mailing scales off Amazon for about $20 that go up to 20 or 30 pounds. So those are really convenient, but they're kind of small. And so just have a good open space where you can set them on a table and have enough room if you've got a larger box on it. So anything that weighs over 20, I'll use this scale or my other one that goes up to 100. Poly bags, I get clear and gray ones. So the gray ones I use when shipping, like I will do some shipping. And my favorite sizes for poly bags are the 9x12 and the 11x14. If you see me do the poly bagging for any of the Amazon stuff, or all of my Poshmark stuff is always going in those clear Ziploc poly bags. I do the Ziploc ones because there are times where I'm like, I'm not sure this is the right item. Pull it back out. These ones are self-sealing, and so once you open them, you pretty much destroy the bag. So I use the Ziploc ones for the poly bags. And yes, on Amazon, you do have to put a suffocation warning label on them, but you can just print one with your Dymo label writer and slap that right on there. You can also buy ones that have the pre-written suffocation label, I think, online. Early on, I used to do that. Other things that you can use for supplies. I use Inventory Lab as a listing system that's been really convenient in tracking my numbers on Amazon platform only. And then I also make sure another supply that you might not think of is have a separate checking account for your business so you don't mix up your personal finances. It makes it a lot easier at the end of the year trying to do taxes and such like that. Have a financial tracker. A lot of people ask if I use a fancy financial tracker. I've looked into QuickBooks, but I don't really feel like it's gonna work for what I have. So I use Inventory Lab for Amazon, and then I pretty much just Excel spreadsheet everything. And so that's how I do it. And then probably the most important thing, and the thing that's kept me in this business, is have a goals board for motivation, because there are going to be multiple days where you just want to quit. I wanted to quit multiple times. Paul pretty much kept me in the game a lot of times, and now I really don't struggle with that at all. I think because I have my exclusive space, I'm able to focus on the business, and you guys are a big reason why I don't quit. I really love being able to interact with the reseller world and people that are interested in it. Maybe they're not resellers themselves, but they're interested in it. And so it kind of keeps me motivated to keep going and sharing my information, like my Poshmark E-book and things like that.
Yes.
So those are some of the supplies that I use. Of course, the barcode scanner. I'm going to have to buy a new one because mine died. I think I dropped it one too many times. I have dropped this thing a lot of times.
Poor barcode scanner.
But anyway, so I'll be getting a new one of those. But I think that's it. Printer, you'll need a printer. You don't have to start with a Dymo label writer. You can start with a regular printer, buy the 30 sheet labels you get from Walmart, and print your labels that way for Amazon, or just I use the half sheet labels, where you just get 2 labels on each side for your shipping labels as well. I used that for a long time with just a plain black and white toner printer. Smartphone is a necessity. And I would recommend having some sort of a desktop, unless you have a wireless printer where you can print from your phone, those like Poshmark labels and eBay labels and stuff like that. If you have a wireless printer, you don't even need a desktop, but a desktop is convenient.
Okay, questions. Let's see here. Charles Bennett says, good morning, Paul and Heather. You guys are great. KOH Merchandise says, I love your inventory and video. I absolutely love the cabinets you have for storage.
Yeah, they're actually giant filing cabinets. We got them from our buddy that lives real close to us, Cars Recycling. I think he's got a bunch more, and he might actually ship them to you, so you might want to give him contact. UsedSurplusFurniture.com, I think, is his website.
Lost Treasure 73 says, Inventory Lab is the best, laugh out loud.
I
yes,
love it.
It is.
Yeah, it's really made Amazon listing efficient.
And we get nothing for saying that.
Yep, I know.
Aline Robinson says, hi guys, love your video from Perth, Australia.
Hi, Aline.
Mr. Russo says, greetings from Chicago. I've been following your videos lately, and it's cool what you guys show. Thumb up, thumb up, thumb up. Thank you for the thumbs up. Word Vendor 1 says, tape, arg. So happy to hear about a good economical tape. Both my parents passed this last summer, and we are packing up the house, trying Walmart tape and others, finally settling on Gorilla tape. This tape is made in the USA, my friend.
It is.
It's actually labeled right there. It's really, really good stuff. What was it? The St. Louis?
St. Louis Paper Company. Oelrich is his last name. All of his information is...
It is Matt.
It is Matt Oelrich.
Oelrich.
I'll go all the way down to the bottom of the description, and I have his information listed. So just give him a call, shoot him an email, and then order a case from him. I don't get kickback on that.
No.
He's just a local guy that lives near us. His wife teaches at the school, so you know.
Yeah, the paper did a write-up on Heather, our local paper, and then he saw that and he just said, hey, can I stop by and show you what I do? Great guy. And then, like, if we want the tape, he says, hey, I'm heading home. I'll bring your cases of tape.
Yeah, we don't even have to pay shipping because he lives like 5 miles from us.
Yeah,
he just
so it's awesome.
He throws it in his car and then drops it off.
Yeah. Let's see here. Diane says, hi, love you guys from Warminster, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
Ann Cole says, laugh a lot. I just opened a separate checking yesterday, only reselling for about 2 months. Via trading is the best and only 2 hours from me.
Oh.
You got a gold mine
You
there.
do got a gold mine there.
Yep.
Say hi to Mike for us.
Yes. Was it Mike Stamboli, right?
Yeah, we're actually gonna see him at ASD.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
Mary Sullivan says, hey guys, did you both start out working together? Or if not, as my hubby isn't, how can I motivate him to help out?
Initially, Paul would sell random things on eBay, and then I kind of took it over. And for a long time, I did work alone. Only recently, since we started videoing a lot of the unboxings, has Paul kind of jumped in. But he's always been a little bit part of the business, but it is possible to do on your own. There's plenty of YouTubers, plenty of resellers that do it on their own. If you can find someone else to help you, maybe a cousin or a niece or something that they might want to help, it does make it the time go by more.
And you never know,
quickly.
like for us, I was just trying to resell things to help pay for diapers on eBay, going to auctions and doing that. Heather was helping me some, but she was also taking care of 3 little babies, you know, running around.
Now my youngest baby is 10.
I know. So
and I have one driving.
Things have changed drastically. But, what was it? 4 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years ago, all the kids are in school, and Heather was doing substitute teaching, and she ran into just wasn't as fulfilling as she was wanting, of course. Money's not great as a substitute teacher either. And I was like, well, do you want to take over what I do here? And I showed her a few things. I would have never imagined that she'd be making the money that she's making now. So
I just blew it up.
Could be the same way with your husband. You know, maybe you've got an idea. Hey, it's going good. But then if he comes on board, he could take it to places you couldn't even imagine. That's what happened to me. So
well, and the thing too is Paul thinks differently about picking and finding things. And so between the two of us, I think we kind of cover the whole gamut. You know, he likes to do a lot of the thrifting and stuff like that. We actually went to Savers yesterday and did some thrifting, so I'll be putting that video out.
I love that. Heather does that, but that's not
my
what
favorite
she loves
thing
to do.
I like to do liquidation and finding stuff brand new and finding wholesalers and repeat sales and stuff like that.
Yep, and she does a great job at it. She can hunt down things in a pallet that I would have given up on long ago. Said, oh, well, this isn't worth anything. She'll find it. No, it's worth $70, you know, so.
Like, here's something I did yesterday. So I actually posted a Philadelphia Eagles cornhole set, and I put it on Facebook Marketplace. Well, a lady that I actually know, I go to church with her, she saw it, and she's like, my son would love this, but he lives in California. And so I just simply said, I'll tell you what, I'll weigh it, and then I'll make a quick listing on Hooked on Pickin, and then you can just purchase everything there with shipping, and then I'll ship it out. And so she doesn't even have to ship it now, and I was able to make a sale, and it was on Facebook Marketplace, but I actually made the sale on Hooked on Pickin because I'm willing to kind of maneuver things like that. Right. So anything that I usually put on, I've actually shipped quite a few things that people have wanted to buy on Facebook Marketplace because I have the other option to ship it. And if you don't have your own website, go to USPS.com, do a calculator for how much you think it would cost to ship it, and you can ship things off Facebook Marketplace as well. So that's something to think about when you put stuff on there. They're like, oh, well, I live too far away. Would you like me to ship it to you? It'll cost X amount dollars more. And you can do a shipping calculator and figure that out, charge them that, and then you just made another sale you wouldn't have just because they live too far away.
Deborah says, how much is it for a 36-roll case of the tape?
Ooh.
Remember?
I would have to look, Deborah.
You can go to that website.
Yeah, just go to that website and ask him for the tape. It's like a 3-inch heavy-duty tape. I don't even know what it's called. Made in the USA. Intertape.
Mary Sullivan says, I do it alone just trying to motivate him. He likes to thrift. Yeah, I love to thrift. So it could be that you just send him out.
And then he brings the stuff back.
Go thrift, honey. Bring it home for me, you know? And then that takes some of the time away for you, too. You know, you don't have to go out and do that. And then you can be listing while he's out thrifting.
I've done that multiple times. A lot of times he'll take my son out with
I'm trying to teach my son how to do it, too. Mary says, great advice, thanks. Kingerism says, hi, guys. When you list something outside of Amazon, do you somehow cross-reference back to where you purchased the item? Walmart, for instance, so you know where it came from to track profit.
Yeah, we usually keep track of where it's from. Just Excel spreadsheet kind of stuff. We buy from a lot of the same places, though, so it's not too difficult. So, but yeah, we try not to cross-post, though, as well. And so, yeah, Amazon, it's easy to figure out where we got the item from. But then when it comes to other places, we'll sometimes just keep, for a long time, we kept paper copies of things. Now I just keep a document on, like on a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet on where that kind of stuff goes.
Sure. Sorry for the troll if you're reading the comments. Mary Sullivan says, haha, great idea. Margaret Hall just made a face there. Ashley says, hey, I just got the notification. Good afternoon.
Sorry, we've been on for an hour.
An hour.
Sorry about that. You'll probably have to go back and watch.
Rebecca says, I'm trying to get ungated on Amazon, and I order from Bulq, but that isn't what they want for an invoice. What place should I order from to get the right invoice?
The only way that I've ever gotten ungated in a category that I've been restricted in is to buy direct from distributor or wholesaler. And so we're going to ASD Market Week. We're going to be able to be in contact with a lot of wholesalers. But yeah, liquidation does not work in getting ungated. Amazon wants you to basically buy brand new. And so you're going to have to buy direct from a wholesaler or distributor. Even buying off the Walmart shelf doesn't count. Those receipts do not count. You need to buy basically from a wholesaler.
And I mean this with a great deal of respect here. Amazon's built a phenomenal company, but they're not always very friendly to people. So even if you jump through all their hoops, they might still go, no.
It's their sandbox, and you have to learn to play in it.
So,
which is why I sell on eBay and Poshmark and Hooked on Pickin.
Yeah, because there's been things where we've had it listed on Amazon for 3 months, and then boom, we get something that says, nope, you got to take it down now.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
You know, so we've made our own listings and they've suppressed them.
Yeah.
Or what was it? They hazmated a bathrobe.
Yep.
It's not, what? You know, so it's like, we're not eating it. You know, they're putting it on their body and it's not even bad for them, you know? So
it's not like it's covered in batteries or something.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things that you're just like, I don't get it, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see, Elise Clark says, hello, you two. Love all your videos, especially the unboxing ones. Sarah says, thank you guys for all the advice and help. I just sold 2 items on Amazon for the first time.
Yay! Good job. Also, if you do want more help, I do consultation calls. I actually did one yesterday for a lady. So. Yes.
Jeanette says, hi from Florida. Aline Robinson says, on your Hooked on Picking, there is a code on your website. Do you have one? Code on your website. It was like a discount code, maybe?
I
don't think we have a discount code right now.
No, just the $100 free shipping.
Yep.
And that's only in the United States. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, international sellers.
Someone says hello from Russia. Awesome. Ashley says congrats on sales, Sarah. The Wells Mama says, do you have a wholesale company you recommend? Well, we're hoping when we go to ASD Market Week we can.
We're going to show you some filming of what we find in ASD. We're going to do some live streaming from there, just mainly because we won't be able to be home to do unboxings. Right. We'll probably have a few things listed out for you to do, but we're definitely going to film as much as we can while we're there, just so you guys get a good idea of what to expect if you guys ever go. I do have some of you viewers that are going to be out there. We'll definitely say hi. Our table for the Tuesday meet and greet is already full, so unfortunately we won't be able to meet you there, but if you happen to be at ASD, shoot me an email. I will check my emails every night, and maybe we can meet up somewhere in the convention center just to at least say hi, and I can put a face to a name of the people that I always see on the live streams and comment section. So I do read the comments. Sometimes I don't always respond because I'm a busy person, but I do read almost all of the comments. So
we try to do this also to help with catching up on questions. Sarah Pearson says, look for toy sellers. I'd love to sell toys on Amazon. There's
awesome.
There's a whole floor of them.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
So we found one wholesaler last time we were there 2 years ago, and we had like 2 products that we were buying from them, and then they discontinued one of those
Yep.
items, and the other one wasn't profit anymore in it to sell on Amazon.
Yep.
A lot of the things were just like, if we had our own store, these would be great, but there just was not the margin.
Yeah, if
to
we had our own
resell
brick and
on.
mortar, but the online
Yeah,
world, it's
they
a
had
little...
all kinds of stuff that you see, like when you go into a convenience gas station, you know, you go and you see all the little knick-knack thingies. They had all kinds of that stuff, and there's probably money there because they were so cheap. But then you're like, hey, how do I sell these?
Yeah.
It was harder to do. Let's see here. Let's see. Sonia says, don't know. Alan Ram says, okay, thank you. Yeah, Margaret Hall says, yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about the trolls, guys.
Yep.
So
He got rid of him.
I got rid of him pretty quick.
He ousted him.
Okay, good deal.
Some people just have nothing better to do.
I think we're good.
Okay, so hopefully for those of you who jumped on later, because I got the late notification, sorry about that, check out my Facebook page and my Patreon page. But hopefully all of these bits and pieces will help you out to get started. When you begin, you don't have to get all this stuff. This is expensive stuff. The free boxes, yes. The poly bags, they're not very much. The barcode scanner, you shouldn't be paying more than like $40 for one of these, okay? So just let you know there. I started my business with simply a laptop, not even a desktop, but a laptop, a smartphone, and a printer with some, full sheet labels. That's all I did. And of course, tape. That's all I did, and so hopefully you guys can get started with that. If you want to add any of these other things to make your life a little bit more efficient, go for it, but don't go in debt to do it. You don't need all that. So hopefully it's been helpful. Make sure you check out my new Poshmark ebook I got for a sale and all of my other digital resources that I've got available now. If you still want the actual reseller cards, I do sell the actual hard copies. Watch more of my videos, and thanks so much for being on, and remember, in the end, Jesus wins.